Hello and welcome to Wrestling AA. I'm Adrian and today I'm going to be going over the 8th of May 2017 edition of Monday Night Raw. This is not what I want to be talking about. Week before had the best main event ever. If you ignore the Attitude Era, then yeah. If you count the Attitude Era, there might have been something in there to give it one for its money. But basically, it came off an amazing high last week to what they put on the air this week, which I was not a big fan of. So let's run straight through. Um, Start off opening segment is Dean Ambrose goes into the ring, announces that Kurt Angle could not make it this week, so he is now the what did they go with? The GM. He is now the GM of Raw for 1 week. Then the Miz comes down and basically says that he had a conversation with Stephanie saying the exact same things and now co-GMs. Then Braun comes down because Braun's big and he wants to be on TV. And then Kalisto comes down because, well, he doesn't like Braun and he beat Braun in the dumpster match several weeks back and wants to be taken seriously. And then they set up a match between Braun and Kalisto for later on. Then we'll jump into the first match, which was The Miz versus Finn Balor. This match was okay. It was okay. I didn't like the finish. They did a false finish in it, where The Miz pushed Finn Balor into the referee and then said that because he was the GM, that he insisted that the referee called for a DQ because Finn Balor's hands had touched the referee, which is just a cheap way out, backed up by the fact he had GM powers this week. Ambrose came down and restarted the match, which led to Finn Balor won the match. What wasn't good? Wasn't great. No. The next match was Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James. This was not a good showcase for either of them. They can both do a lot better than they actually did. I'm trying to think of who won the match, and it was that forgettable. I'm not even entirely sure. I want to say it was Alexa Bliss, but I'm really not sure. You might want, if it wasn't a match leading to anything, so if you want to double check that, please feel free. Next up, Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe had a backstage scuffle, which led to setting up a match for later on the night. Then we had the Braun versus Kalisto match. Braun Strowman had one arm in a sling, tried to get it called off because he was injured, and then just beat the hell out of Kalisto. There didn't seem to be a winner, so I'm going to say it was a no contest due to interference by Roman Reigns. And there was a segment with R-Truth and Goldust because they've not done much outside of the ring apart from getting beaten up by Braun Strowman. Which led into the tag team turmoil match. This match could have been a lot better than it was. I don't think any of the teams really showcased their abilities that well. It started off with Enzo and Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. And Cesaro eliminated Enzo. Next in came Heath Slater and Rhino. And then it was Sheamus' turn to get the elimination there, and he actually eliminated Heath Slater. Then Anderson and Gallows turned up, and Sheamus pinned Gallows, and then the Golden Truth turned up, and The match actually genuinely did pick up a little bit with Golden Truth. Truth actually brought out brought out some energy that I've not seen from him for a while. So it'd be good to see if he can actually cement that and bring it back a bit. But anyway, that ended up with Cesaro pinning R-Truth to win the number one contendership. They then went on to beat up Golden Truth in the ring, which led to the Hardy Boys coming in to save them, and Cesaro and Sheamus running away because they're heels. So that's kind of how they get heat. Next up was Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. The match ended with Seth Rollins winning via disqualification. This was a brawl. There wasn't really anything technical about it, and that's just not the sort of match that I enjoy. Then we went on to the Cruiserweights match. This was going to be a pick-me-up for me. And it was Jack Gallagher versus TJP. Or, as we used to call him, TJ Perkins. The match was quick. This was a Cruiserweight match, and I'm saying that was quick. So you can imagine how quick the match really, really felt. It ended up with TJP winning by grabbing Gallagher's tights. Then TJP locked in a submission on Jack Gallagher, trying to injure him, which was then broken up by Austin Aries running to the ring. Overall, I would say that was probably the best match of the night, and it probably lasted 3 to 4 minutes. Then you had Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox, once again, trying to remind us that yes, she can pull off an amazing Northern Lights bridge suplex. But that's kind of about where it ends with Alicia Fox. So she's pulling that out every single week, and it's getting to the point of we've seen it. Give us something new. It wasn't a good match. Then we went on to the main event, which was Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Now, this one ended with Bray Wyatt winning. Not a great match either. It picked up a little bit towards the end, but not enough to save it. Overall, this was a pretty lackluster episode of Raw. If you're going to watch it, skip straight to the Cruiserweights match, watch that, then switch it off. It'll save you about 2 hours and 5 minutes out of the actual 2 hours and 10 that was aired. And you'll see the only match worth watching. So yeah, that was it. I've been Adrian for Wrestling AA, and hopefully you'll tune in to the SmackDown review, which will be going up shortly, and hopefully it was a lot better than Raw. Thank you.